Chat, here we go. A couple players are back on the scene in 1v1s. Dark is somebody you've probably seen a little bit more recently. Dark having some serious success in the RLCS as of late. Is ready to get back into some 1v1 show matches, and he's going to be playing against a top 30 rated TriToN. A very solid ones player, as Dark just tries to see how many resets he can get while TriToN sits and watches from outside his net. I actually do think TriToN might be slightly favored here in this matchup. I think he's been a bit more into ones than Dark has recently, but neither one of these guys is a debut. Dark, you'd be really surprised if you thought it was a debut. I know many of you guys have been fans of him for a while, but TriToN is actually not debuting either. We were just showing the chat before the show match started that he played in a few different matches about 3 years ago. So all the people who say they know old Feer, those are the people who actually know who TriToN is. And everybody else who doesn't know who TriToN is, they are either not keeping up with RLCS, because he's been making main events, I'm pretty sure, or they're just lying about knowing old Feer in the first place. As Dark is going to pre-flip onto a reset. He's playing today in a decal I've never seen him play in before on the Octane. Somehow he scored this. Did TriToN own goal this? It was a reset pre-flip. Dark tapped it back into TriToN, and then TriToN just dunked it in off his own back wall, which is not the best play ever, but we can go ahead and pretend like it was Dark magically making him do it. As Dark in the back off, TriToN wants the goal line 50. The recovery not quite there, and Dark will head it back the other way. I mentioned that it's not a debut for TriToN, but I do think it's been a while since he's been in the one show match scene heavy, and so you never know if it might take a little bit of rust getting used to playing in the matches again, as I feel like that's what we saw there on that last dribble. This one again targeted at that near post, which is going to have a hard time having success. A decent 50 follow-up though, and TriToN will get on the board. You were in the Dark stream today? Yeah, I dropped by to give my sub to Dark. If you guys aren't following Dark on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/RLDark1. Definitely worth checking out. He was live earlier today. And as I know many of you guys are Dark fans, might as well throw him a nice Twitch sub to support him. Odami was there too, of course. Odami would not be caught dead, not in the Dark stream. TriToN able to get a couple in a row after 3 straight for Dark. TriToN is going to go play this high. Dark has pre-jumped it. Credit to TriToN, who gets his wheels on the ball, has the 50, and even has the wave dash, and yet Dark still takes it away. Another pre-flip reset. But both these guys have been attacking through the air a little bit too close to the near post, allowing that defender from the back wall to make easy saves. And TriToN is going to do that again, as Dark backflips and gets a clean possession. Heading to the side wall. TriToN thinking about challenging early. Dark changes the cadence of the shot to force TriToN down, and then uses the reset to go crossbar down and then out. So he'll just be a 1-goal lead for Dark still, as he begs for opportunities to chain dashes together. He loves playing around the walls where he can use them. Here, trying to pinpoint a shot top left. Can't do it. TriToN has to save and is on the air dribble. The 50 on the goal line. Dark cannot recover to get back down, and it will be 3 straight goals for TriToN. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but Dark has been having some success. Found his first top 8 in the RLCS, and his team has just slowly been getting better. Him, Amps, and Hisoka, playing as Team Espada, will also be in the top 16 again. We have, of course, been famously following a similar team who's been on the rise, Team Rock, who went from not making events to now trying to push into the top 4 consistently. TriToN has been seeing some RLCS success, certainly a lot more than around the time he was playing his one show matches previously. Now Dark, full field dribble, leaning back into the reset. Got another reset, but not a very utilitarian one, or, you know, like one that could actually be used to get past TriToN. TriToN was able to stand away and then get this counterattack. So 4 straight for TriToN after a hot start from Dark. TriToN popping this one high to the back wall. Doesn't have a ton of boost to work with. Dark needs to keep this possession going as long as possible or just immediately score. Great precision as both these guys are playing at low speed off the kickoff. TriToN just timed his challenge poorly. He was thinking about being passive and kind of trading back and forth between the 2 options before diving and being unable to intercept the flick. Dark now. Sidewall. Cannot get the second reset, but bailing out of that dribble early enough to recover and not allow the counterattack. That is often how Dark 1v1s go. As he tries to pop off in the air, sometimes leaves free opportunities. This time, noticing that TriToN is just trying to make goal line saves. He's not coming out to meet Dark, and it is paying off as he is again able to get a counterattack. I think one of the best ways to get past defenders who just want to react to you is those air dribble bump plays. Any sort of bump play you can afford to do. Dark, a little reset shot. Oh my goodness, Dark pops the ball into the ceiling on his first touch with the reset, gets another, and uses that to finish the play. It's light work for a guy like Dark, but he needs to have more consistency if he wants to get the game win as well. 5-5 with 42 seconds left to go. Dark chasing down TriToN. Wants the power slide cut because he knows TriToN's low, but did he go a bit too all in? TriToN, even with very little boost, stands a pretty good chance on this counterattack. Dark does recover in time. Now slow playing it, keeping that ball cam on for a moment longer so he could watch where TriToN was going. TriToN stops the first flick. Now Dark to reset on the back corner. 14 seconds left to go. Soft first touch. And as long as TriToN is playing passive, he's not going to take the ball to him. He's forcing him out to the midfield just a little bit more. Now a reset on 0 boost. Needs to be really careful, or you could just go all in. The wave dash shot from Dark gets it past TriToN. And if TriToN makes this save, there's a really strong chance that he counters. He saved all 100, and Dark had nothing left over as he took that shot. But great reward comes from the risk. And now it's 0 seconds. Dark just needs to hit the ground. I have a feeling he's not just going to try and hit the ground. I think he's going to try and score a goal. In fact, he's going to try and score a pogo, and he does! Dark puts the accent mark on the game, and he does it with a nice little pogo for the fans. TriToN needs to restart his game. He'll be back. But game number 1 going to Dark. Oh, Dark needs to reset too. I guess this is maybe not the best server. I'm just going to leave the server. Game number 2. We got a new series and, a new server. And both players reset their game to get some FPS fixes. And I think because everything resets, we need to put Dark's game win back on there. As Dark is up 1-0. Dark is actually out of the Octane and into the Fennec despite the game 1 win. Dark has had most of his one success, I would say, in the Fennec, in the Octane. He has dabbled in the Fennec almost 50% of the time though. And I think he has been playing RLCS recently in the Fennec as well. I don't know. I think he goes back and forth. We'll see how he does today against TriToN. As TriToN wants the wall to air dribble, Dark isn't going to allow it. The dunk as he misses the zap dash and doesn't grab the back corner boost either. TriToN wants a bump. Dark got around it. Now can he recover and put this on target? I think I might need to take... I have Dark nicknamed on Steam with that question mark. I think Dark has pretty much taken that question mark out now. So I should maybe go adjust his nickname. Dark. Playing out of the corner. First touch reset seems to be the way he likes to start almost all his dribbles. As TriToN will take to the skies. Has a reset looking top left, but actually fakes it. You see Dark covering the top left. and allows TriToN to just leave the ball and score off the bounce. Liquipedia has it as Dark ? And there's a US Dark. Yeah, I knew there was another Dark. So Dark ? Did kind of differentiate him, but I think he has gone to pretty much just Dark. I don't think I've seen him with the question mark in a while. Except for, of course, when my Steam nickname takes over. Anybody who goes to, like, period or, like, no name at all. Okay, Dark. They always get a nickname. Dark's popping off. Just about a full field dribble as he leans back for the reset at ceiling height, gets another, and doubles it into the corner to tie the game. Dark faking this kickoff. One of the more convincing fake kickoffs in the game, although the one he's famous for comes as a slight offset. And this is just the reality for Dark. And when Dark cleans this up completely, this is when he becomes completely unstoppable, but his desire to play through the air, as fancy as he does often result in giving freebies. And right now, despite having certainly the better clip of today's game, he is down. He sees TriToN coming to steal away his air dribble early, so he pinches it off, and now got his air dribble all the same, and it's a reset bump to tie it 3-3. Great adjustment by Dark to not allow TriToN to get him off his game. He wants to play his air dribbles, and he'll have to play them slightly differently. But a pinch off the side wall gets it going all the same. Fake kickoff from Dark, as he will now get another first touch pop to the ceiling. Has only 28 boost to work with, and he's still going to try and find a way to get it there. Ran out. Needs to be careful and not allow counterattacks. Strong first touch from TriToN as he tries to close the distance. But the end result is him also losing the ball. Now Dark. Pogo. It's on target. It's in! TriToN, he knows that Dark can pogo. And it seemed like he was prepared for it, but it just came out too hot. Dark backflipping off the pogo to give it extra power, and TriToN ends up slamming it into the top right, giving it extra power as he will now half flip up the kickoff. Dark's going to put it directly on target. TriToN does recover to make that save, but gets himself demoed. So now a little ground play from Dark. Almost doing it out of necessity. Normally, if he ever gets possession on some other part of the field, he's going to the air. That time he had to go on the ground, but he's right back to popping it. Reset crossbar down, and he's back to the ball before TriToN. And it's a 5-3 lead. TriToN got slammed into net by Dark as well. He was going to be off the play without a chance if it weren't for that. But Dark still beat him to it. Dark kickoff win. I don't think he got that boost steal, but it's not going to matter. Oh, actually, maybe he did. Yeah, TriToN's on 0. He just chain dashed off the wall. Oh, no, TriToN just missed it. I was like, why did TriToN not get it? He was there early. 6-3. Dark in the zone. TriToN, for those of you who are unfamiliar, currently rated, I think, 30 in the world. Somewhere in the 30 range on the top 100 leaderboard. He's been a top ones player for a while. He had a little bit of a hiatus, but he's back now. Down to Dark. TriToN wants a bump. Actually never took ball cam off. He was just expecting to bump Dark, who he knew was on the other side of the ball, despite not being able to see him. First touch far away from the net for Dark, and I think he was right to give up on that dribble. Little zap dash might have been the reason why he was so comfortable in making this clear, as he was a bit behind the play. TriToN wants a double. Can't find it. He's got 1 minute and 18 seconds to try and fight back 3 goals. He's got a decent possession going here. He needs to keep Dark pinned back, and Dark is a maniac when he is on the wall. If you play the ball around the wall, Dark is going to be spamming wall dashes and playing at top speed, and this time he uses it for a demo. TriToN not going to be up early enough in time to challenge Dark as he starts the dribble, and he does his best to recover back up, but he can't get there. Dark uses the flip immediately. And now TriToN on the verge of going down 0-2 in the series. As Dark takes it up the side wall. Double resets seems to be a default for him. But he does allow TriToN to have a freebie. And TriToN has gotten a couple freebies here. And it looks like, you know, Dark is controlling the game whenever he's playing as dominantly as he is right now, you know, hitting most of his takes. It seems like TriToN only ever scores when he allows him to, but Dark has had a history of having a few mistakes in a row and letting somebody back into it, though he did not do that this time. Fake kickoff, back into his own corner, chaining some dashes and a long shot. Re-extends his lead right back to 4. Another fake kickoff, and he gets a clean possession. Dark is going to go to length of the field. Interesting first touch to start this one. Just let the ball float and kind of get some downward momentum. He tried to take it away with the flip, but couldn't get the dribble going. TriToN steals it away. But 20 seconds left to go. TriToN is looking for moral victories right now for the series going forward. TriToN, couple camera checks on 0 boost. Wave dash shot, not going to be quick enough to get around a Dark who was prepared. So it's 0 seconds. It'll be one last long shot that should hit ground as Dark will go up 2-0. And TriToN's going to have to reverse sweep if he wants to bring it back. Yo, pinch 3 Charlito. Thank you for the tier 1 for 2 months. Yo, Feer, keep being awesome, brother. Thank you. I will. As long as you want me to, I will. Game number 3. There's no question that Dark has always had the tool set to play with just about anybody in the game. The question only ever was, can he put it together in a coherent fashion in order to get wins in 1v1 matches, or what now is also RLCS, as he has been playing well for his RLCS team. And actually, you know, you expect to see Dark maybe playing an aggressive offensive style after watching him in ones, but if you go back and watch Espada's recent games, like the few that I have, Dark is actually playing a more third-man passive defensive type role. And I think that's what's been having success for their team. And there's lots of very mechanical, very controlling players like Dark who play that way, as he missed his zap dash, but TriToN was not around. Dark, air dribble reset, too much pop. Needed that pop to get around TriToN, though. Anything less, and I think TriToN gets a touch. So not the worst play ever, as TriToN's going to be able to set up an air dribble. Oh my goodness, look at the respect TriToN has for Dark. He was so certain that Dark was going to be speeding at the ball. I think he turned away, expecting like a Dark pinch of some kind, instead of him just backing off. But Dark was completely backed off. TriToN could have set up a wall to air dribble with no contest, and yet he seems so worried that Dark would be there. TriToN trying to jump early. Dark's going to send it to the ceiling, an attempt to go over the top and around him, but credit to TriToN, who does get the touch and actually didn't quite have the recovery. Got undercut and was looking at an open net, but couldn't stop his car from flipping. Dark gonna reset to the back wall. Low dribble. TriToN just waits. The chain dashes can get him, and even though they don't, they end up resulting in a goal. Dark looked like he was trying to chase down some chain dashes to get a demo, and it might have forced TriToN to not hit the brakes. He had to keep accelerating and staying away from Dark, and that led him to floating out into kind of no man's land on the net, or off the net, I should say, and that's when Dark is able to side flip it in. Kickoff goal for Dark. He has looked solid in the kickoffs. It's been another one of his strengths with his fakes, or even when he plays aggressively, finding ways to score quickly. Big kickoff from Dark. He's going to take this to the side wall. Zap dash from Dark, double reset. TriToN flying over the top as he attempts to challenge the madman on the ball. One of the toughest players to read. He was expecting him to flip into that ball with another part of his car and actually go for the touch as opposed to another reset. And here is a fake kickoff again from Dark. All the way to the ceiling. Wants the double. I don't think he would have had it. TriToN able to clear it away. And a bit of an awkward setup here in this corner. Probably needed a demo of some kind. Not going to get it here as he's forced to back off. Now Dark will flip into a reset again. And TriToN needs to be more controlling here. When Dark gives him these opportunities and just taps the ball away, this has to be a better first touch from TriToN. I think it just needs to be no jump. This just goes to show, I think, the fear that Dark has probably put in to TriToN at this point with some of the stuff he's been able to hit. TriToN is outplaying himself, but he's still in this one with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. TriToN with the possession. It's going to be awkward to collect this on the side wall, but he does a good job of carrying it. But what he does not do a good job of is reading that Dark is diving to challenge. By the time he got underneath it, he needed to recognize that Dark was rejoining the play and had to pop it over the top of him. But I don't think he had a clean carry just yet. You see him full boosting to attempt to get underneath the ball. It's possible he didn't feel good about popping it. You need to be so solidly underneath it. He's going to apologize here as Dark demos him to make it 6-2. Dark, another kickoff win. And from here on out, it feels like TriToN is going to need first possessions if he wants to bring it back. Dark has done a decent job of being able to reset his plays whenever he doesn't score on the first. We're watching TriToN as he attempts to try and intercept Dark. He is looking for the answer, floating from the ceiling, an attempt to stop him on the back wall. And it's because what else do you do to a guy like Dark when he is hitting his shots? TriToN, oh my goodness, he got Dark to own goal. He read the fake this time, chipped it on target, and Dark just tapped it in. We're going to make him watch it again. He single jumped because he thought about clearing off the backboard and decided it was too high. By the time he hit the ground, he was just own goaling. Dark out of the corner. One more touch. TriToN was expecting a reset. Dark has made it 8-3. He is in the zone right now. Dark is one of the more, volatile ones players, I think, in terms of the performance he can give you when he is on point. The kind of performance that, was taken out Daniel in days past. But he plays on a razor's edge when he's not hitting in the air. It can be really tough. TriToN this time is able to stop him. But Dark right back up again this time to the ceiling, trying to slam it back down as he was playing close to the net and needed to get a ton of downward momentum if he was going to score. But the offense for TriToN right now just isn't there. So as he searches for answers in terms of stopping Dark, he hasn't been able to get the kind of goals he needs on the other end to match Dark's output. And this is a decent takeaway here in Dark's back corner, but it's going to take 4 straight kickoff goals to get an overtime. And TriToN has possession but not boost. And that is going to lead to yet another Dark dribble. TriToN challenging from the ceiling. Can he get this one off the back wall? Oh, Dark almost put it in front of the net and made it possible for him, when otherwise he wouldn't have stood a chance. Dark looking for a pogo for the road. A pogo behind the ball for old time's sake. TriToN will deny that one. Not going to let him get one more. TriToN, a final double? No, Dark actually denies it from off the back wall. GG's. GG's. Thanks for playing, guys. Nice to have TriToN back. Unfortunately, he ran into a Dark firing on all cylinders. He was unaware he's a walking highlight reel. Yeah, Dark is insane. Yeah, Dark is crazy. All right, well, he left. Dark is absolutely a walking highlight reel.